Hey everyone, welcome to this weekend Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for December 14th, 15th, and 16th of 2018. All right, so this weekend we finally do have some astrological events taking place this week. On Friday, the moon will be in Aquarius. So the theme of the day here today on Friday, really good for still accessing a bit of that eccentric side of ourself, expressing our true self, and just creating a bit of change and really seeing things in a future progressive sort of way. So as we get into Saturday, the moon then shifts into Pisces, and it will be the theme on Sunday as well. Pisces is that deep constellation of finding that flow in life, listening to our intuition, getting in touch with our receptive side and also creative side as well. So with this, Mercury is going to be shifting into deep Scorpio once again. He went retrograde, now he's coming back in. So our minds could be getting deeper again. We could be becoming aware of some deeper things, as we already kind of have been, but great to maybe communicate some depth or use this deeper mind towards some research and such. So along with this, as we approach Sunday, Venus is sextiling Saturn and Mars is sextiling Pluto. So there could be some grounded energy in relationships we'll talk about, and maybe some self-empowerment going into next week. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this weekend. So we are going to look at this for all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Here's going to be the moon in Aquarius. Moon in Aquarius here on Friday, and then shifting into Pisces on Saturday, and then further into Pisces on Sunday. So again, we are using the actual size of the constellations, which does change the signs by quite a bit from mainstream astrology. So if you are new to the channel, definitely check out the link down below for more information on true sidereal. All right, so let's go ahead and start with Friday first. The theme of the day will be much like it was on Thursday, which will be what you might call expressing our true self. Aquarius is all about accessing that side of ourself that wants change, freedom, spontaneity, and to express those qualities of ourself as well. And so as we access and express more of this true self, we naturally want to do things that are future-oriented and focus on our ideals about the future. This could be for our own future aspirations, but also for the world at large, or our communities, and things that we can contribute to that are larger than ourselves. So really good to invoke some of this change and progressiveness with the moon here on Friday. Now, here in terms of the weekend, a lot of the major aspects we're going to start to feel will probably be going into Saturday once that moon shifts into Pisces. So on Saturday, the theme then shifts to more of the watery energy, which has to do with accessing that receptive side of ourself. So it could feel sometimes with Pisces like we're floating in the ethers. It's good to listen to our intuition. Could be feeling maybe a bit dreamy. Also great for creativity, spirituality, imagination, right? Also that we can access these ethers, this ether of life. So great to do this, and maybe, you know, some alone time, spiritual time, really good in this phase of the lunar cycle. Now, this is in the context of the fact that we are in the first quarter phase of this lunar month. So it's been about a week since the last new moon, which does mean it's a great weekend to challenge ourselves. And if there has been anything since about a week ago that you've been thinking about or cultivating in your life, or new things that have shaped up, it's an excellent weekend for implementing these things and challenging ourselves to either put them in motion or just take some actions in some way. Now, with that being said, both the sun and the moon will be in watery signs and water signs, and this whole lunar cycle is about essentially healing. So as a backdrop, as it has been, it's still great to be focused on this. Right, focused on our own wounds, focused on and becoming more aware of aspects of ourself that we've hidden away or pushed away, and now we're integrating with this lunar month. And so Pisces, challenging ourselves to, again, go within for the answers, to surrender what's outside of our control, right? Really good way of working with this water energy over the weekend. Now, around Saturday, we'll probably start to feel Mercury slowly shifting into back into Scorpio. Since he's been retrograde, he's now coming back in. And so nothing major here because the sun's already been in a very deep constellation, but Mercury coming back into Scorpio can be our minds getting a bit deeper again. So this actually makes it really good for communicating truth, seeing the truth, uncovering hidden truths, right? Using our mind to do this kind of stuff. Scorpio is all about seeing the deeper things in life. And so with this, we could be understanding more of the undercurrents of situations. Again, it can be really good for research and just uncovering things in general. And again, communicating the truth and maybe even communicating with that vulnerability in our relationships, which can lead to greater trust in those relationships as well. So there's a bit of a shift there. And as we get into Sunday, we'll probably start to feel some of these aspects. They're not major aspects, but they are openings. And so with this one, Venus sextile up to Saturn, there is this opening where we could be feeling maybe a bit grounded when it comes to relationships, maybe a bit stable, right? Just easy to do that a bit, just feeling a bit patient and disciplined and responsible when it comes to our relationships. Now, Venus also duels as the planet of our values, so this could also have to do with things like finances or the enjoyments of life, just feeling a bit stable here. Again, we won't be pushed into it. It's just an opening, and we can choose or choose not to work with, again, a bit of this stabilizing energy when it comes to our personal and interpersonal values. Now, as we get into further into Sunday, we'll probably start to feel more of this Mars sextile Pluto kicking things off for the new week. And this aspect, also an opening, can feel like some self-empowerment, right? Mars, the planet that is the side of ourselves that wants to get things done, express ourselves, assert ourselves, and Pluto, the planet that's willing to remove obstacles, right? And again, get to the deep truth of the matter. This can be very empowering. So really good for this. We could be willing to remove obstacles, fight for what we want, take some actions and initiatives towards maybe some fears or things we normally wouldn't do, but we have a bit of an opening to do that here towards the later part of the weekend going into next week. All right, everyone, so that is the weekend in a nutshell. On Friday, most important thing is that Aquarius energy, much like it was on Thursday, for that progressiveness. Really good to invoke this side of ourselves. As we get into Saturday and Sunday, our receptive side, listening to our intuition, challenging ourselves to do that in this cycle of healing at this time. And anything that has come into our life since a week ago, we can be implementing. Mercury shifting into Scorpio gives us that deep mind once again, making it good for communication and research about the truth and uncovering things. And the aspects this weekend, an opening for that stabilizing force to our values with Venus sextile Saturn, and the self-empowerment of willing to assert, take action, empower ourselves through some sort of this willingness to dive deep and remove obstacles there. All right, so everyone have a fantastic weekend. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you all on Monday for the daily forecast. Take care.